I am back again for our next video about the human body. After this week, we'll be all finished with it. But today, we're going to start talking about the five senses. And I know you've heard many times about the five senses. To review, remember they are our sight with our eyes, our hearing with our ears, our smell, our sense of smell with our nose, our tongue gives us the sense of taste, and all of our body, our skin, everywhere gives us the sense of touch. So we're going to go over those kind of quickly here today. We're just going to learn how do they work. Remember last week we talked about how all those senses go to send messages to your brain. So we got to figure out how it even works today. So first we're going to talk about eyes. You know, your eyes are like small cameras that take pictures of the world around you. Those pictures come in through the pupils and they go in those tiny little black dots in the middle of each of your eyes, and they get sent along the optic nerve to the brain. There's a nerve. Your brain then uses those pictures to help you see. So when you were born, you could only see the colors black, white, and gray. Now you can see 10 million different colors now that you've grown up. Did you know that you can do that? Many boys and a small number of girls are colorblind. That means that they can't tell the difference between colors like red and green or blue and yellow. Just a few people, not everybody. The picture your eye sees on the back of your retina, and I'll show you the retina in just a minute, is actually upside down. You have to have light to see, first of all. Light comes into your eyes. If it's a dark room, that's why you can't see. If there's light that bounces off of an object, like, watch this. I have bananas. I'm looking at the bananas. The light bounces off of those bananas into my eyes, and I can see that they're bananas because I get that message to my brain. Okay, and then whoops. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I might have hit my computer a little bit here. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, anyway, so we're going to look at the pictures of the eyes. You've got these two pictures that I did send you. Okay, we're going to go over the parts of the eyes real quickly. This is what they look like from the front. You've got eyebrows over your eyes to help keep the sweat from going into your eyes. You've got the upper eyelid, the top eyelids, which you use to blink with. You have to blink many times a day. Then you have the iris of your eye, which is the colored part of your eye. It's colored here. One is brown, and you can see the side view of it on this side. Some people have brown eyes, some people have blue eyes, green eyes, all different colors of eyes, kind of grayish eyes. That's called your iris. The white part of your eye is called your sclera. It's just there to be the white part of your eye. It kind of catches some of the light. Okay, and the bottom lid of your eye, so you can close your eyes, the top and bottom. In the center, in the corner of your eye, is something called the tear duct. And your tear duct is not just there to make tears for just if you cry. The tear ducts make water that keeps your eye wet and moist at all times. That's very important because you don't want things to get stuck to your eyeballs. That would really hurt. When things are flying around in the air and it gets in your eyes, it always really hurts. And that's not what you want. You want to protect those sensitive eyes. Okay, and over here, if we look at these pictures on the side of the picture of the eye, you can see here is the lens of your eye. The lens focuses the light into your eye, into your retina. It says light goes in right here, and it travels, and it goes to, the cornea. It goes through the cornea. That's the clear layer on top of your eye. Then it goes back here to the retina. The retina is covered in small sensors that turn the picture that the eye can see into the electrical signal that goes to the brain. Remember we said there were little electrical impulses inside your brain, and the retina is that that picture comes in your eye, goes to the retina, it flips upside down. When you see a picture of that banana, it comes in your eye and it flips upside down, and then it goes to your brain and your brain flips it back around again. I'm not really sure why that is, but that's how it goes. It goes down the optic nerve. Okay, now let's look at talk about your ears. Can you hear something right now? You can hear me talking. You can hear probably sounds around you in your house. Um, your ears have three main parts. You have the outer part, the middle ear, and the inner ear that work to collect sounds from around you and send them to your brain. You ever notice that older people have bigger ears? Did you know your ears never stops growing? The outer ear right here never stops growing. Even when your body stops growing, your ears keep growing, and the older and older you get, the bigger and bigger your ears will get. Okay, having two ears on the opposite sides of your head allows you to figure out where a sound is coming from. So if I hear something coming from that direction, I know to turn my head that way and see what is that sound. Okay, and that, in addition to helping you hear, your ears help you stay balanced. Fluid inside your inner ear tells your brain when your body is moving or tilted. Here's a picture of your outer ear. Okay, again, problems with this screen. Sorry, guys. Okay, the outer ear includes the pinna and the auditory canal. These act like a funnel to catch the sound waves. So here's the auditory canal. Sound waves are invisible, that they come through the air, get caught by your ear, they come in this way, and then they come to the inner ear, which is the eardrum, the malleus, the incus, these little tiny parts right here, and the stapes. If you remember, I said the stapes was the smallest bone in our body. And right there on the stapes, that all of those things vibrate and they all work to turn that sound wave into something you can use. And the stapes sends it along. And then here is the semicircular canals, this thing that looks like a snail, and it's got called the cochlea. The cochlea is the thing that's full of fluid. Now I said there was fluid. That means there's like a liquid, like something sloshing around in your ear. And that helps you keep your balance. For some reason, it's located inside your inner ear. And if you spin around and around and around and you get dizzy, that's because that liquid is sloshing around inside your head, and it's not supposed to be that way. And you lose your balance for just a minute or two. So you have to be careful with that. That's about hearing. Now we're going to talk about your nose. Your nose can smell more than 1 trillion different odors. That's so many, I can't even think of that many different odors. Your sense of smell keeps you safe. For example, if you smell a bad odor, like if you are eating some food and it smells funny, you probably won't eat it. You don't want to eat it because it might be bad. Sometimes food goes bad and it might make you sick. And so your nose helps you warn you about that. Okay, and if you smell smoke in your house might be on fire. There might be a fire, and it'll tell you, warn you, time to get out. Okay, let's take a look at our picture of our sense of smell coming through this way. These are your nostrils, those little holes in the front of your nose. They bring in the air filled with tiny smell molecules. And you know, you have little hairs inside your nose that catch anything that shouldn't be in there. It makes you sneeze. If something goes up there and it irritates those little hairs, you sneeze. Okay? This is the nasal cavity right here. It's like where all the air and things, it comes in there and it goes where it's supposed to go. And the smell reaches the olfactory bulb. That's called the olfactory bulb, which sends the smell information to the brain. Remember, now this is in one case, this information does not go to your backbone this time. This time the information goes straight to your brain through your nose, right up this way. Okay? And then when you smell something, your brain reminds you about the people, places, and things and events related to that smell. If you smell like popcorn, for example, it does not only does it smell good like you want to eat it, but it might remind you of maybe being at the movies or at the circus or something. Smells can remind you of things because you've got that long-term memory stored up in your brain, and the smell goes in there and your brain thinks of all of that stuff. Let's talk about taste. Okay, sorry. Okay, your taste buds, your tongue is full of little things called taste buds. You can taste things that are sweet. Some of them taste things that are sour, bitter, salty, and savory. All the different flavors that you can taste when you are with your tongue, okay? Let's see. papillae, that's right here, these little, those are the bumps on your tongue that make your tongue kind of rough. So you can lick something and you can feel it's rough. Then there's a sensory nerve in there, just like we have regular sensory nerves. And all of the taste buds are found on the sides and the back and the very tip of your tongue. And they're attached to the papillae. And they send messages to your brain so that you can taste something. If you notice, sometimes if your smell, your sense of smell goes along with your taste. If you can't smell something, you won't be able to taste it. Try eating something and hold your nose closed so you can't smell it and see if you can taste what it is. And close your eyes and see. It's hard to tell just from that. You need all the senses working together. Here's your paper about the sense of touch. We covered that a lot last week when we said when you touch the hot stove and you have to move your finger. Well, you have touch receptors all over your skin. It can tell you whether an object is rough or smooth or if it's how hard it's touching you. If I hit my arm, ow, that's too hard. I don't want to do that. My touch receptors are telling me that's a hard touch. You have temperature receptors to tell whether an object is hot or cold. And you have pain receptors, obviously. If you step on a nail or something, ow, and your foot hurts like crazy. All those receptors in the bottom of your foot are instantly telling your brain, move your foot. So that's how all our five senses work to help us stay alive and move around and do everything we have to do. I'm running out of time, so I will see you the next time for our next video. Bye-bye.